Japanese romance manga has gotten so popular in recent years, and I'm sure loads of you guys are just as obsessed with it as I am. So today I thought I'd share with you 3 romance mangas that I've been absolutely loving recently, so you guys can check them out too. All 3 of these mangas are quite like different vibes, so if you like romance manga, then I definitely think there's something for you on this list. Also, all 3 of these mangas are available to read on the Manta app and website, and I'd like to say a big thank you to Manta for sponsoring this video.
The Manta app is really easy to use, and you can start reading the manga on there as soon as you've downloaded it. Look for the Manta manga event page to access the full list of over 600 manga titles and learn more about their biggest offer yet. Further details can be found in the description box below.
So without further ado, let's get into my recommendations. Okay, so first on this list is A Sign of Affection, which I'd probably say is like one of the most popular romance mangas right now in Japan. And it actually recently got made into an anime, so that just shows how popular and like how good of a manga it is. So the story follows main character Yuki, who's like quite a shy and reserved university student in Japan, and she's actually deaf. So the manga kind of follows her journey navigating life at university like while being deaf. And one day she meets Itsuomi-san, who's like this cool, extroverted, well-traveled guy who can actually speak like loads of different languages too. And she like instantly gets a crush on him. But he actually doesn't understand sign language, so it's quite hard for them to like communicate at first because Yuki can like read his lips, but then she can't really respond because he can't understand it if she responds in sign language. So she either has to like write things down or like text him. But then guys, he starts learning sign language to like communicate with her, which is just like so cute. Yeah, I actually just can't with this manga. It's just like too cute, and I guarantee you guys are gonna fall in love with Itsuomi-san just like Yuki does. So yeah, the manga just follows like Yuki and Itsuomi's journey, and obviously there's some highs and there's some lows, but overall it's just like a really feel-good manga. And yeah, I'd recommend it to anyone, honestly. I feel like this is also a great starting point if you're wanting to read like more romance manga too, because it's really easy to get into and like the story's easy to follow, so yeah. Highly recommend. Also, for each manga, I thought I'd give some reasons for like why I like the manga so much. So one of the main things I love about A Sign of Affection is like the positive deaf representation in the manga, which you actually don't see in like other mangas or even like other pop culture that much too, which I think is like quite a shame. And I also really like it because you can learn some basic JSL or Japanese Sign Language, which I always feel like is quite useful to know, like especially if you plan on coming to Japan, to know some basic signs. There's a really cute scene in this manga where Yuki is like signing the sign for snow. I think it's like this. And yeah, that scene's just so cute. And now I'm like, I'll never forget this sign for snow because it's just so cute. Okay, next on the list is Fall in Love, You False Angels. So this is quite different to A Sign of Affection, and I'd say it's probably more like light-hearted. If you like high school mangas, then you're definitely gonna like this one because this one's set in a high school. So the story of this manga is quite simple, I'd say. So it follows Katsura and Ninomai, who are like the 2 most popular kids at their school. So they're literally like the king and queen of their like year or like their whole school. So they're both like super attractive, super popular, and they're seen as like the perfect students. And I think they're actually like president and vice president of their year or like class at school. I don't really know like how that works in Japan, but yeah, I think it might be like prefects in England. But yeah, they're like president and vice president. But underneath their perfect angel-like persona, they have a dark side. Or at least that's how it's like explained in the manga. I don't really think it's a dark side, it's more just like a human side. But yeah, basically inside, they're not actually the persona they portray. It's all a facade, and Katsura actually has a bit of a crush on Ninomai, even when he's like just portraying his facade. But then there's like a situation where Katsura actually kind of accidentally exposes her like real self to Ninomai, and then Ninomai exposes his real self to her too. And Katsura ends up liking him more. Like she literally just like falls in love with him, but she doesn't want to admit it, obviously. So yeah, it just like turns into one of those situations where they both clearly like each other, but they don't want to admit it. And it also kind of turns into like a bit of a competition too at school. But yeah, it leads to some like really funny moments in the manga. And I just love their dynamic and like how their dynamic kind of like develops too. So if you're looking for more of a like light-hearted manga, then I definitely recommend this one. The main reason I love this manga is actually because of how it shows like tatemae and honne, which is like a concept here in Japan. So your tatemae is like how you are in front of people, and your honne is who you like really are inside. And yeah, I like how this manga kind of shows that. Finally on this list, we have the Ayakashi Hunter's Tainted Bride. So this manga is like completely different to the other two. I'd say the story is like more heavy and like a bit more, I don't want to say like well developed, because the other two are like really well developed too, but I'd say the world building is definitely stronger in this manga. So it's set in historical Japan, and a lot of points are like actually accurate to history, which is really cool to see too. But yeah, it's set in a world where there are Akashi, which are like monsters or like cursed spirits, I suppose. So the story starts off by following main character Nanao, who actually has the most dark spiritual power of like anyone in her clan. And because of that, at a very young age, she gets chosen to be the fiance of this guy who's going to become the leader of his clan. But unfortunately, she leaves the like safety boundary of her village, and she actually gets abducted by an Ayakashi. So they find her in the Ayakashi lair, and she's actually been given like a cursed mark by the Ayakashi on her forehead. And because of that, she gets labeled as the tainted one, and the whole village like rejects her and like really mistreats her. She has to wear this like monkey mask, and she's like not allowed to talk to anyone. And yeah, it's actually like a really sad story. Like she gets beaten and just like generally mistreated. It's horrible. But then she's saved by Lord Yakao, guys. He comes to save the day. So he's like the strongest Ayakashi hunter, and he comes to the village like looking for a wife, and he's like, I want you. She's the strongest, I want her. And he's like, I want to marry you. And he takes her away from the village. And yeah, the manga just carries on from there about their like relationship and like the journey they go on together. And he's the first person to just treat her as like a normal human being. Like he doesn't care that she's got this like cursed mark or whatever. The story's actually really well thought out and like really well done. So if you like more like fantasy manga, then I definitely recommend this one. I really like this manga because it's quite different to like the other romance mangas I've read before. And also, to be honest, I just like anything that's set in historical Japan. Like I literally find it so fascinating. And I also obviously love like the dynamics of the characters and like the character development in this manga too. So if you're looking for a romance manga with a bit more of a deeper story, then definitely check this one out. Like I previously mentioned, all three of these mangas can be read on the Manta app or website, and that's actually because Manta's adding multiple Japanese romance mangas to their platform. So I also thought it'd be good if I tell you guys the other mangas that are going to be added to Manta and give you like a brief description of their stories. So first up, we have Sweat and Soap. So this is an office romance about Asako, a woman who sweats copiously, who meets Kotaro, a perfume developer who can't get enough of Asaku's scent. So that sounds very interesting. And next we have In the Clear Moonlit Dust. So this is about Yoi Takiguchi, who is such a good looking guy that most people don't notice or care that she is in fact a girl. Until she meets Ichimura senpai, the only person who really seems to see her for herself. And finally we have How I Met My Soulmate. So this is about Yuki, a 20-year-old college student who is dreaming of finding her soulmate until she meets Lori, a man with bleached hair and a slightly scary demeanor. But first impressions don't always tell the whole story. So yeah, if you're interested in reading any of these mangas I've just mentioned, definitely check out the Manta app or website. Links for both will be in the description box below. And Manta's actually doing one of their best value offers ever, which will be available for a limited time following their April launch. So definitely make sure to join Manta's manga launch and check out some of these mangas. Again, I'll write all the details of Manta's offer and the links to their website and app in the description box below, so definitely make sure to check them out. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Please make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it. Bye, guys!